They came for us like they came for every other world before. The unified Galactic Council, an empire spanning thousands of star systems, had crushed countless civilizations. They were unstoppable, unchallenged, supreme rulers of the cosmos. And then they found us. At first, they watched from a distance, studied us, laughed at our wars, our chaos, our foolishness. We were a primitive race, barely touching the stars, fighting among ourselves like children. The council believed we would be easy, just another species to be assimilated. They gave us a choice: surrender and be absorbed into their empire, or resist and be annihilated. We chose war. The first attack came without warning. A single strike on Mars, vaporizing the colony in an instant. 2 million lives gone. The message was clear: submit or be erased. Most species would have surrendered. It was the logical choice. But humans? We don't do logic when it comes to survival. Instead of fear, there was fury. Instead of surrender, defiance. Earth's leaders did not beg for peace. They did not hesitate. Every nation, every faction, every ideology that had once divided us, gone. For the first time in history, humanity was united. Not as countries, not as corporations, as a species. And the galaxy had no idea what was coming. The council sent their fleets, hundreds of warships, each capable of turning a planet into dust. And we had nothing that could match their power. But humans don't fight fair. They expected a war of numbers. They expected tactics they had seen 1,000 times before. What they got was insanity. Our pilots flew their ships like madmen, dodging between capital ships, using their own debris as weapons. Our soldiers strapped bombs to themselves and charged into battle, smiling. Entire fleets were lost to suicide runs. Entire planets refused to surrender, fighting to the last man, woman, and child. The council watched in horror. Because for the first time, they were afraid. The council decided to end it. A fleet so massive it blackened the skies arrived in our solar system. Thousands of warships, billions of soldiers. Their plan? Burn Earth to ashes. We had one last stand, one last chance. So we turned the entire solar system into a trap. We detonated planets, turned moons into missile silos, converted asteroids into battering rams. Our scientists, desperate, brilliant, insane, created weapons that defied reality. And then, we did the impossible. We won. Not because we were stronger, not because we were smarter, but because we were willing to do what no other species ever dared. We fought like demons. We embraced chaos. We turned pain into power, suffering into rage. The council collapsed. Those who had ruled for millennia were no more. Their fleets shattered, their empires burned. And the survivors? They did not beg for mercy. They did not ask for peace. They knelt. Because the species they once called primitive had done the impossible. We had stood alone against the entire galaxy. And we had won. So now, when the stars whisper, when the void trembles, it is not fear of war, not fear of conquest. It is the fear of humanity. Like, share, and subscribe. Do you think humanity could actually win against the entire galaxy? Let's discuss in the comments.